All right, more parabola stuff. Here we go. All right, the first three tell whether the parabola opens up, down, left, or right. Remember, if the x is squared, it either opens up or down. Then if p is positive, it opens up. P is negative, opens down. So if the y is squared, it either opens left or right. Okay. If we look at these, let's do one of them. Okay. Let's take a look at number 7. Okay, number 7 is in standard form. Number 8 is not. So make sure you look at the last notes. There's a video that describes that. It's also in your notes, step by step, what to do. We try to get it looking like this. And in number 8, of course, the x is going to be squared. That means it either opens up or down. Okay, so in number 7, I see y is squared, so it opens either left or right. I see p is going to be positive because 4p is positive. So I know that it opens to the right. Okay, y squared, so it either opens right or left. P is positive. Boom, opens to the right. Let's move this up a little bit here. Okay, so let's put that on the graph. Okay, so the center is going to be 1, -2. Okay, so 1, -2. How about right there? 1, -2. That's the vertex. I'll put a V for vertex there. And I know that this thing is going to open to the right. Okay, I know it opens to the right. That means that I go to the right to find the focus, and I go to the left to find the line that we call the directrix. And I see that 4p equals 4. So p equals 1. So I go 1 unit to find the focus. Focus is right there at 2, -2. I go 1 unit to find the directrix, which is the y-axis, which is the equation of that is x equals 0. Okay, and so now we're going to graph it. Okay, well, let's write down the vertex. Okay, vertex 1, -2. We have 1 focus. So let's find the focus. Focus, what did we say? 2, -2. And the line that we call the directrix, I'll abbreviate. And that's x equals 0. And there we go. Okay, so let's finish the graph on this thing. We're going to use those 2 easy points. Remember, by definition, and I know that vertex has to be on there, right? And I know that this point right here has to be on it, this 2, 0. And the reason I know that is because it's 2 units from the focus, and it's also 2 units from the directrix. So by definition, it has to be there, okay? All right, something like that. That was number 7. All right, let's take a look at the backside. Specifically, let's take a look at 12 and 14. I'll get you started on those. Write the standard form of the equation of a parabola with the given vertex, given directrix, and vertex is at 0, 0. Okay, that's super important. Okay, vertex, that's HK 0, 0. Okay, so for number 12, we're just going to do just a quick little sketch here. Sometimes that helps. It helps me. So here we go. Vertex at 0, 0. I'm going to put a V there for vertex. And then x equals 3. Remember, this is the x-axis. So 1, 2, 3. So x equals 3 is a vertical line. Okay, so here's the vertex. Here's the directrix. And I realize that because I know that the parabola opens away from the directrix, I know it opens to the left. Well, that tells me 2 things. It tells me that y is squared and p is negative. Okay, and so I know that it's going to be y minus h squared equals 4p times x minus, It's not y minus h, it's y minus k, of course, y minus k. All right, so y minus k squared, and then we got x minus h there. Okay, well, they're both 0, right? H and k, they're both 0. So we have y squared equals, and then we have x minus 0 is just x. So now I got to figure out what 4p is. Now remember what p is. P is, at least the absolute value is the distance, right? Between these two. That's 1, 2, 3, right? Well, I know that this is opening to the left. So that tells me p equals -3. So 4p equals 4 times -3, which is -12. And so there we go. Let's take a look at number 14. It's similar. Write the standard form of the equation of the parabola with given focus and vertex at, so this time we were given the focus. In number 12, we were given the directrix. Okay, but still the vertex, boom, at 0, 0. So again, let's draw a picture for number 14 real quick. Okay, it doesn't have to, you don't have to spend too long on this. 2, 0, that's the focus. Remember, that's the focus, 2, 0. So 1, 2, make sure you don't put it at 0, 2, right? That'll mess you up. But 2, 0 is right there. And I see the vertex right there. So there's the focus and there's the vertex. Well, remember that the focus is always inside of the parabola, right? And so we have like this. And so the directrix is going to be over here somewhere. Okay, so that tells you two things. It tells you that y is squared, not x, because if x was squared, it'd either be opening up or down. And then I see that opens to the right, so then p is positive. Okay, all right, so I'm going to stop there. You go ahead and finish. This is your homework, so hopefully that helped out. Keep working hard, studying. Email me with any questions. Hang in there. You're doing great.